Hi friends, my name's Sophie and welcome to your practice. For today's practice, you don't need any props, but if you do have 2 blocks, I recommend having them handy just in case because they might be useful for you. We are going to get right into it today. So we'll get started laying down on the belly. So we're starting in a prone position. Rest your forehead on your hands. And then just kind of wiggle out your legs and relax your legs into whatever position they fall into naturally. And as you breathe, feel the breath move through the back body as you ground yourself into the earth right now, right here, right now. Let gravity pull you down into the heartbeat of the earth. You'll breathe in for 4 and out for 6. In for 4, out for 6. One more round like that. Then take your arms out to a cactus shape. Bend your right knee, look over to the right, so rest your left side of the head on the ground, and roll over your left shoulder. Place your right toes behind you. You can use your right hand just to support you. If you need to straighten out your left arm, you can. We're breathing into the left pecs, and the chest, the shoulder, and we get a nice twist here. Your breath is still steady. You can still do in for 4, out for 6. Now come back down onto your belly. Weave your right arm through to the left side and place your left hand behind your back into a half bind. Slide your left hand as far up your mid back as you can. Then bend your right elbow and place your right hand to your left shoulder, maybe tapping fingertips or clasping fingertips. And try to relax the head and the upper body. Notice if you're tensing or holding in the hips. See if you can relax there. And we're stretching into the deltoids, some muscles on the front of your upper arm. Now release your right arm so it's back out to the left, still underneath of you. Release your left hand, just place it down on the ground. Now take your left knee up towards your left shoulder, kind of like you're sleeping at night, like how you bring your knee up. And then open into a supine twist. So take your left arm open to the sky, chest faces the sky. Inhale. On exhale, bring your left hand back to meet the right hand. Pancake the hands together. Close off. And inhale, open up again. Rotate the chest up. Exhale, arms together. Move slowly with the breath. Inhale, open. Stay here. Bend your left elbow. So you get even a better stretch when the elbow is slightly bent rather than it being fully straight. Maybe right hand on left knee if you'd like. You'll notice this is kind of just a deeper version of a supine twist when we come into it this way. Relax your neck and your head. And then take your arms back together and come back onto your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and lift up for cobra, as high or low as your heart desires. Feel the breath move through your spine. Inhale. Exhale, lower down to the ground. Take your arms out to cactus again. This time you're going to gaze to the left, set your side of your head on the ground, bend your left knee, roll over your right shoulder. Left toes behind you. Come back down onto your belly and weave your left arm through to the right. Bring your right hand around into a half bind. Slide the back of your hand as far up as you can. And then maybe clasp the fingers or touch the fingers. Or if they don't touch, that's okay. You just still have your left hand over your right shoulder. You can feel your belly pressing into the earth as you inhale. That pressure kind of comforting and grounding and supportive. Unwind your arms, your right hand down. Move your right knee up to the right. Open your right arm out to the right so you're in a supine twist. And then take an inhale. Exhale, bring your hands together. Inhale, open. Exhale, together. Inhale, open. Stay here. Bend your right elbow a little bit. Enjoy the twist. Maybe left hand goes to right knee. Our mantra for today, I am steady, I am still. You're going to come back onto the belly, so bring your right arm around, make your way there. Hands under the shoulders again, and lift up for cobra again. Lower back down to the ground, tuck your toes, and press up to tabletop. And then take your right leg out to the right, and bring your left hand next to your left knee on the left side of your left knee. And then take your right arm up and over, gate pose, or a version of gate pose here. Stretching into the side body, press into the outer right foot. Now bring your hands back down to the ground right out in front of you. Inhale, arch your back for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Come back into neutral. Untuck your left toes and sit back onto your left heel. Lift your right toes up to the sky so the foot is flexed. If that's too much, you can always put your foot inside instead for like a Janu Shirshasana shape. And then walk your hands forward. Breathe into the upper back. We're stretching into the right hamstrings. Let the breath carry you. And then walk your hands back up. Come back into, just shift forward, right? And then bring your knees together. Then take your left leg out to the left. Bring your right hand next to your right knee. Take your left arm up and over for a nice big side bend. Knit your ribs gently inwards so that you're not back bending in the lower back here. It's very subtle. Inhale. Exhale, put your hands down onto the ground. Inhale, open up your chest for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Come back into neutral, sit back onto your right heel, lift the left toes up, flex your foot, and walk your hands down and fold. Walk your hands back up, shift your weight forward, and then come into tabletop. So just bring your knees together. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips for down dog. Take a big breath in as you lift your heels. Exhale, lower your heels. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale. Exhale. Walk your feet up to your hands. Take little steps. Once you get there, lift up halfway. Find some, let's do a lot of length. So hands like right under the knees. You're in a really high half lift. Shift your weight into your toes, slight bend of the knees. Make your neck long. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Arms down by your sides. Chair pose. Reach those arms up and back. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Shift forward, lower down for chaturanga. Hold. See if you can hold here for 5 more seconds. If not, you can go to up dog. For 3, 2, on 1, upward facing or cobra. Downward facing dog. Feet together. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Warrior 1. Reach up, back heel, roots down. Take your arms behind you, interlace them. Open the chest. If you can, keep your palms together. Inhale. Exhale, fold for humble warrior inside of your right leg. If you need to separate the palms for more space, that's okay too. Notice how the feet are gripping. Inhale. Hands to the ground on exhale. Come into lizard, but keep the back knee lifted and root down through the right big toe mound. So the whole base of the right foot is down. And then put your forearms on the ground or on blocks. Or if you don't have blocks, you can stay on your hands. If your forearms are down, bring your palms together into prayer. And feel the precision of the structure of your body, the organization. Breath moves through you, and breath guides you. Think first it's breath, then it's movement. Come back up onto your hands. Set your back knee down and reach your right arm up to the sky. Now you can roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Flex your left foot, bring your heel towards your butt, but don't grab your foot yet. Notice how we're engaging the left quadricep muscles. Well, we're really engaging the hamstrings and we're stretching the quads more, but everything's engaged. Now you can grab onto the foot. If you want to keep the left foot flexed, you can. That just makes it more of a stretch, but if you're just working on holding the foot, you might just grab onto the toes and point the toes. Keep opening through the chest. So much opening. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down to the ground. Slide your foot between your hands. You're coming into half split, so straighten out through your right leg. Option to bring your hands over to the right for more. If your hands are on the right, kind of keeping your heart lifted, shoulders back. Then bring your hands back to frame your foot. Come into a low lunge and then into supported warrior 3. So your fingertips are on the ground. Your hips are level. Then bend your left knee just like we did in lizard. Flex your foot and lift your heel up. Feel that engage your glutes on both legs. Try to keep your hips even though the left knee is bent. So kind of adding on another layer to the challenge. Then keep your left fingertips down. Reach your right arm up to twist to your right and then straighten out your left leg. Revolved half moon. Keep your lower body as it is, but keep rotating from the spine and from the torso. For 3, for 2, and on 1, put your hands down to the ground. As slow as you can, step back to low lunge. So really gently setting the back toes down. Put the back knee down, reach your arms up. Bring your hands behind your head and take a back bend and kind of use the hands interlaced behind the head to guide the neck up and back. Come upright, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee, step back into plank or one-legged plank. Lower down halfway for chaturanga or one-legged chaturanga. Hold for 5 seconds. 3, 2, on 1, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Take a breath in, breath out. Once more in, let it go. Lift your left leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Warrior one. Arms go behind you. Interlace, do the opposite thumb on top, the way that feels awkward. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Get humble. As you bow and the arms go up and over. Release the hands down to the ground. Lift your back heel and make your way into a lizard. So you probably have to slide your right foot back a little bit. Forearms down, or just keep your hands down, or forearms on blocks. And then find stillness as you press down into the sole of your left foot. I am steady. I am still. Make sure the back leg's not sinking. Lift it up. Rise back up onto your hands. Set your back knee down. Open to the left. Reach your left arm up. Untuck your back toes. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. And then flex your right foot as you pull the heel towards your butt as much as you can. Now reach back and grab onto your foot. One more deep breath. Release your hands down to the ground. Slide your foot between your hands. And then straighten out your left leg for half splits. Option to take your hands over to the left side. I just stay up onto my fingertips. Breath moves through. You can always return to the in for 4, out for 6. Take your hands back to frame your foot. Bend your knee, come into low lunge, and then supported warrior 3. Flex your right foot to help anchor that hip down so you're not opening to the right. Bend your right knee. Reach your right heel up. Activate those muscles. Keep your core engaged. Keep your right fingertips down. Start to twist open to the left. And then straighten out your right leg. The left hip kind of kicks back the more you twist to keep the hips level. Put your hands down to the ground. Slowly, slowly step back to low lunge. Place the back knee down, reach your arms up. Interlace the hands behind the head. Back bend. And then rise back up, reach your arms up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank or one-legged plank. Chaturanga, I want you to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, upward facing dog, 1, downward facing dog. Breathe in and let it all go. Feet together, lift your right leg up. This time bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten out your right leg. Inhale, step your foot between your hands, exhale, rise up to warrior 1, high lunge, sorry. So your back heel is lifted. Take your arms out wide, and then take your left arm under your right for eagle arms. Breathe into the back of the shoulders, the shoulder blades, as they separate apart from one another. And then lean forward. And don't use momentum, only use strength to slowly shift forward and come into warrior 3 with eagle arms. From there, unwind your arms, bring your hands to your heart, and step into pyramid. So your left foot just goes behind you, both hands down to the ground, and you fold over your right leg. Spread your toes on your right foot. Lift up halfway. Keep your left hand or fingertips down. Reach your right arm up. Feel free to readjust the distance of your feet to figure out, play around with what feels good for you. Reach your right fingertips higher to the sky. Inhale. And exhale, bring your hands down. And we'll bring the left knee, we'll come right into a Shiva squat. So bring your left knee down towards your right ankle. Hold. Maybe lift your hands, bring your hands to your heart for a little challenge. And then see if you can stand all the way up to one leg mountain. And then go back all the way down to Shiva squat. You can always just stay in Shiva squat as well if you need to modify. Rise back up. Lower back down. One more time. Rise back up. Maybe take the left leg straight out in front of you. Rebend the knee. Lower back down to Shiva squat. Hold. And we're going to sit all the way down for Ardha Matsyendrasana. For a twist. Right leg is crossing over the left leg. Great job. That was challenging. Bring your arms into cactus. Twist to your right. Breathe. Keep twisting to your right, using the strength of the muscles around your spine. Every time you exhale, you get a little deeper until your left elbow is almost towards that right knee. And then hook your left elbow over. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Enjoy now using leverage for your twist. Soften through the neck. Make sure you're not tensing or trying to look really far back. Option here to go into an arm balance. So some call it a variation of side crow, also Ekapada Koudinyasana 1. So what you're going to do is lift up so that you're kind of on the left knee. So you're going to lean forward and lift it up. Then your left elbow hooks over your right knee. Put your hand down on the ground. Bend your elbows and then lift yourself up. So you're balancing on your right elbow, your left elbow. If you want to also balance on your right elbow, you can. Maybe your legs separate. And then when you're done, come back down into Ardha Matsyendrasana with your legs. Whew. So again, if you got confused at all, you can use both elbows, right elbow and left elbow. That's totally fine. That's kind of like option 1. And then another option would be to just use your left elbow. Your right elbow does not support you. All right, let's go forward and come into standing splits. Just to kind of come out of it, step back to low lunge, and then step back to plank. Hold here. Place your forearms down on the ground. Forearm plank. Palms flat. Walk your feet in for dolphin. Press your chest towards your thighs. Then walk your feet back for a forearm plank. Press back up to plank as slow as possible. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Breath in, breath out. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten your left leg back out, square your hips. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, rise up to high lunge, crescent lunge. Take your arms wide and take your right arm under your left arm for eagle arms. From there, you'll lean forward and slowly come up into warrior 3 with eagle arms. Keep warrior 3, hands to heart as you unwind your arms. And step back into pyramid, right foot down, hands down. Find your breath, find the rhythm. And then keep your right fingertips down. Lift your left arm up. Revolve pyramid or revolve triangle. Keep firming through your back thigh. Reach your left hand up a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. And then bring your right knee to your left ankle, Shiva squat. Option for hands to heart. And then see if you can stand all the way up. One leg mountain. Might feel wobbly, that's okay. Lower it back down. You're strong, you can do this. Rise back up. Lower it down. Rise on up. Maybe straighten your right leg. Rebend. Lower. Hold. Sit. Ardha Matsyendrasana. Ooh, cross your left leg over your right leg. And then we're going to twist. So arms out to cactus. And start to twist to your left. Adjust your legs as needed so that you feel supported. So don't get lazy with your arms. Don't start to collapse in. You're still in a nice broad cactus. Every time you exhale, you're finding more twist. And then hook your right elbow over finally. Put your left fingertips behind you. All right, now you can stay, or if you want to do your arm balance, you're going to lift forward. So the weight is on your right knee and your left foot. Hook your right elbow over your left knee. You can also put your left elbow on your left hip. Maybe I should show it from this side. Maybe some of you are already there. That's fine. And then go down and use your arms as a shelf. Your legs split. Maybe they straighten. And then make your way back into the way you started, like nothing happened. And then lift forward, come into standing splits. Step back into low lunge. Step back into plank. Hold. Now you're gonna bring your knees down to hover off the ground and sit back for think of it as like a floating child's pose. Come back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, floating child's pose. Forward and back. 2 more. 3 more. Forward. Bring it back. Your knees are just hovering an inch off the ground. 2 more. One last one. Your hips stay low, your knees hover. And then set your knees down. Come into Anahata Asana, which is puppy pose or heart melting pose. Forehead to the earth. Option to bring your hands together. And then to the back of the neck as you bring your elbows forward. Bring your arms back out. Slowly rise up into table. And then tuck your toes. Sit back on your heels for toes pose. Breathe. Just kind of let everything that happens soak in for a moment. Feel free to close your eyes while you're stretching your toes. Then go ahead and blink the eyes open. And come on down into a seat. If you like to go from down dog and hop through to a seat, feel free to do so. Take the legs straight out in front of us. And we'll shake them out. Flex the feet. Now sit tall and bend your knees so you can get a nice long spine. Reach your arms forward, grab onto the outer edges of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, go forward, forward from the waist, and then fold. And then if you like to straighten your legs from there, you can, but it might feel good to have a slight bend. Let your head and neck relax. Slowly rise up. Bring your hands behind you, reverse table or plank. So for table, your knees bend, feet flat. For plank, your toes point, heels are on the ground, legs are straight. Ready, lift up. Get that extension. Breathe. Lift as high as you can. And then lower slowly down to the ground. Now bend your knees and bend your elbows. You might scoot your hips forward a little bit. Your hands are still behind you with your fingers facing forward. Bend your elbows back and then squeeze them towards each other. And then at the same time, pull your chest up and through. And then slowly release and make your way down onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And bring your feet down to the ground. And we're going to do one back bend here, so you can come up into a bridge. Lift your hips, palms face down. And roll the shoulders together. Or if you want to come up to wheel from there, you can. Hands by your ears and press yourself up. If you have any variations of wheel you like to do, you can. Maybe you lift one leg at a time. Whenever you're ready, from wherever you are, you can slowly lower to the earth. Maybe take your arms overhead. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Nice, well-rounded twisting, back bending class. Leaves us feeling open and clear and organized so we can go about our day feeling like we're in control. And bring the knees back up, feet together, knees wide. For me, yoga is all about getting grounded, and I think that's why I've always been so drawn to it, is wanting to feel grounded. Place your right hand on your heart, your left hand on your belly. And know that you are just like a mountain. A lot of things happen on a mountain. People, animals come and go. They poop and pee. They sometimes leave their trash. Weather changes constantly. just like our emotions. But through it all, you remain calm and stoic. Even if you don't feel calm and stoic, you are deep down. The root of you is always strong through it all. Gently bring the knees up. Extend the legs long and the arms down by your sides for Shavasana. And for a moment, let your head just rock side to side. And let your head now come back to center. And you'll rest here for a few moments. And when it's time, I'll call you back. I'll bring you back in just a few moments. begin to bring awareness back into the body, into the fingers and the toes. When it feels ready, when you feel ready and it feels time, extend your arms overhead. There's no rush though, take your time. Bend your knees, roll to one side, pause on the side, and then press yourself up to a seat. Bring the palms together at the heart, and we'll bow in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you feel amazing. If you liked it, I'd love to hear from you. So comment below, let me know. If you don't feel like commenting, give it a like, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, so I can continue putting these videos out there and we can continue practicing together. All right, I'll see you next time.